Hey there, friends. Welcome back to another episode of For All the Lonely Souls. My name's Erica. This episode is for anybody who feels that they are still tied to their parents' judgment, or the younger crowd if you're in any form of schooling with the pressures of living a life that is going to make your family proud of you. I've spent the first 29 years of my life, which have been all of my years so far, trying to get my parents' approval, get them to be proud of me and everything that I'm doing, and hoping that they would find me as something that they're proud of, as their daughter, that they really think is amazing. However, the past couple of years have completely changed. I'm no longer using my college degree that I went to school for. I'm no longer planning on ever going back to teaching, and I am perfectly fine living my life in a way that most people just don't seem to understand. I don't think like most people, I don't act like most people, and I definitely don't live a life like most people. Flexibility is a huge deal for me. I need time in my day to give back to myself because I've been through a lot of emotional shit the past couple of years, and I've needed time to just hone it, get it in tune, and learn from every single part of it. It's not controlling my life, but there are times when things come up and I just need moments with that throughout my day to decompress, analyze what's really going on, and learn from it. And if I was to have a teaching job, my focus would be on teaching 100%, and I would not be able to figure out my shit, which had been the case for my teaching years whenever I was doing that. I never took time for myself. However, I gave 100% of my time to every student in my room, all of their parents, my school, every event, all of the continual paperwork and time and effort. But my parents were really proud of me because I was teaching, using my degree, teaching back at, this school that I went to when I was in elementary school. Or when in reality, your job placement does not define your happiness. It does not define who you are as a human being on this earth. It's just a skill that you have. Your career is a skill that you have, or a set of skills that you have if you have multiple things you're doing. I'm really good at speaking. Sometimes I think, maybe not. Like, I'm literally wearing pajamas with my Wake and Bake soft, fuzzy shoes that I got yesterday for Black Friday. But I have stuff to share, and I have an opinion that is real and contextual to myself, and can definitely be something somebody else who's going through this doesn't feel like they're the only one. I hated feeling like no one could relate to me. All of my friends when I was leaving teaching, yes, there were friends that were really there for me, but at the same time, no one could really understand what I was going through because I was leaving something that was everything of who I was. I defined myself as a teacher. I identified as a teacher. I created a label for myself of who I was supposed to be so that other people could then say, oh, wow, that's really humbling of you. That's really great that you do that. Oh, that's cool. You get your summers off. When in reality, there's so much shit behind the scenes of being a teacher that nobody talks about and nobody understands and nobody even thinks about because there's so much other shit going on in the world. So doing a selfless job made me something that I think my parents were proud of. And now I'm not doing that. Now, my life is different. I tend to sleep pretty well. Last night was not so great. I'm trying to understand my sleep cycles when I have nightmares or when things seem traumatic or sad in my dreams. Like, am I watching something that day that I just should not be involving in my life? Or am I triggering something? Am I going through change? I haven't really had time to dig into my dreams. But that's a whole other thing of curiosity that I'll eventually go to because I think your dreams can tell you a lot about your life. And I really do feel that there are some hidden messages in them that if you caught early on, you could really flip the emotions and behaviors that you have to better yourself. So lucid dreaming and all that eventually I'll get to. But I don't really have anything I think that I'm doing now that my parents are really proud of. I was tired of living for them. I was tired of doing things that would make them happy. I didn't want to live in Houston. It was not a city for me. I didn't want to live there anymore. I did not vibe with it. I just couldn't find my place there. California also ended up not being my scene after I thought it would be my scene for so long. I think I needed to leave to see really what I need in my life. It's funny how things like that turn out. But I can't live for my family anymore. I don't plan on having kids anytime soon. I know a lot of married couples tend to have kids within the first couple of years of them being married, which I think is great. If you have kids, that is amazing. If you love your kids and you've always wanted a family, you do you. However, I can't seem to get my shit together most of the time, so I don't plan on bringing a child up in an environment where I can't get my own happiness level up correctly, and live my life full until I'm at that point. And if I'm at that point, like, I don't know what my future will hold, but right now I need to hone on my shit and get everything together for myself and not rush my process of just talking about my truth, sharing that it's totally okay to do you. It does not matter what anybody else is doing. You leave your legacy. You leave your truth. You leave your honesty. You leave your connection. You leave your kindness. So everything that you want to be remembered for, and every kind, genuine, positive, loving thing that you really do actually makes a difference for everything and everyone else involved around you. It really does. I believe every right thing that you do, and right is different to every person, but every right thing that you feel that you do is something in the correct direction of building towards a better future for you. So I really believe that moments like that, even of just doing the right thing, is going to help put you in a better position for the next thing that comes in line. And yeah, that might not be connected to making money, and that kind thing might not be connected directly to supporting you, but what it does do is it puts good energy out into the world, and the world can use a hell of a lot more good energy because it's free, it's always available, and it starts with your mindset. So if your mindset is in a position of doing shit to make other people proud of you, to make them feel good about themselves when you know that you're crumbling inside because it's not what you want to do, your life is yours. And I really wished that someone told me that when I was younger. Jared was the first person to really tell me straight to my face that you are capable of any decision you make. You have to live your life for yourself outside of what anybody else thinks, and it will make you happier regardless. You have to start living your life for yourself. The first time I heard him tell me that was when I was 22 years old. I'd never heard it from anybody else. So if you're a younger person in here, even anybody younger than me, my age, anybody older than me, if you're any person who feels like you've been living under other people's judgment, whether it's parents or friends or family or whoever, if you've been living under other people's judgment, I'm not going to say, hey, stop doing that, because I'm slowly getting over my insecurities of the shit that people have said to me. But that shit is really holding you back. It's holding you back from living a life that you want, however you want to do it. No one is here to judge you on this earth, and everybody who does has absolutely zero context of your life, and has, if they even have the time to judge you, means that they have their own shit that they haven't even dealt with, and they're just pulling you down with them because company always makes you feel better, especially when you're in a really shitty place. So fuck other people's judgments and opinions. It's perfectly okay to live your life however you want to live it, outside of anybody else's rules. Figure out what you need in your life. Give yourself the things that you really need and learn to give that back to other people, because odds are, if you feel that way, there are other people in your world, in this world, that definitely feel that way. Thank you so much for listening to these episodes. We're almost at the 20 episode mark, which is really cool to know that I have people on the other end like you who are amazing individuals who really want to connect and understand another perspective, either for themselves or to be able to connect that with loved ones in their life so that you can be there for them, because that's the whole point of living. Connection is really valuable, but truly understanding where other people are coming from, listening, being that good ear, we can really use more of that. So thank you so much. Again, if you're really into these episodes and you're still vibing with them, feel free to hit the subscribe or follow button, depending on what you are listening to. And be ready for new episodes to keep coming. I've decided that some of these podcast episodes I'm going to video record as well. So if you're listening to this on YouTube, I plan on future ones to have a camera in front of my face while I'm also recording on my phone to provide a visual context for you where you can see my beautiful face and connect. I think that emotions that are seen visually are really helpful, especially if you're a very emotional person. So YouTube friends, stay tuned. Those will be popping up pretty soon. Otherwise, take care. Have a fabulous rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys later.